George Kittle made headlines this weekend. He went on what? Was it Pat McAfee? Someone asked him.
No, yeah, he went on Pat McAfee, but then I heard him earlier today with Mike Florio. And
Okay.
Florio is interesting because he asked some really, really odd questions. And again, I never agree with Florio, but I've said it before. I like Florio because he's thought provoking.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like listening to media members that just say what they want to hear them say. I like Florio because he just makes me think. Now, I don't agree with 98% of what he says. I just think he's thought provoking. So I enjoy him. And he asked him questions like, one of the questions he asked him was, and you'll find this more interesting. One of the questions he asked him was like, so would you rather have the Niners, go with Jimmy Garoppolo, who's been there, done that, or would you rather have them go into the future of Trey Lance? He asked a question along those lines. That's not verbatim his question. And George Kittle, excuse me, almost called him George Lynch. George Kittle, excuse me. He said that, this is why I'm not paid the big bucks. This is why I don't have to make the decision. I don't envy Coach Shanahan for having to make that decision. Trey Lance, he's got a ton of potential. He's really, really talented. He could take us even further. Jimmy G, he's got a great quick release. He's a great leader. Everybody responds to him. He knows what he's doing within our offense. It's a toss-up. He called it a toss-up. So he didn't really say anything more or less. I mean, George Kittle is doing this media tour more for Tight End University and promoting tight ends, not to answer questions about Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance, except every conversation seems to just fall into having that conversation. And so I just wanted to throw that in because I don't know if you heard that. And it was.
No, I did hear that. It's a toss-up,
yeah,
he said. I mean, on the one hand, like, what's he supposed to say when they're both on the team?
Exactly. And they're both his friends.
Yeah. Again, this is a situation the Niners have created. You keep both guys on the roster, you're going to have your players saying stuff like this. It makes kind of no sense. But I mean, he did the best he could.
I think the way he's handled the media this offseason has been phenomenal. He's been effusive of his praise of Trey Lance. Maybe even what you would describe overly effusive, but he has to be that way. He has to be that way. He's done a phenomenal job navigating the fact that he has a friendship or relationship with Garoppolo, who's still on the team, and maintaining that Garoppolo has conducted himself in a phenomenal manner. And then he's not said anything to hurt the Niners. But I think at some point you can't just keep letting George Kittle try to go promote Tight End University and take media to have to answer these questions. He shouldn't be answering these questions.
What I was going to say is he's actually been by far the best member of the organization from the owner down on this subject this offseason. He's actually been the leader. He set the tone on how to talk about this. Kyle could take notes. George is doing a great job. Debo isn't talking about it. Debo isn't part of the team right now. Bosa is, in Bosa land. I'm sorry. But that's not what he does. Like, it's it's a form of leadership.
No, yeah, right? What he's done this offseason, in my opinion, has been nothing short of exceptional. The way he's had to handle it. Because the other thing is, Grant, like, imagine, because one thing that's clear, because one thing people don't understand about a lot of these interviews is the agent and the player has a lot of control. Like, they can go onto a network and say, don't talk about this, only ask me about this. And he's going on there to promote Tight End University. And yet they keep asking him these questions, which means what's unique is that he's not telling them, don't ask me about Jimmy, don't ask me about Trey. He's telling them, ask me what you want and I'll answer. And he keeps having to answer these questions about Lance and Jimmy and Kyle and whatever. And he's doing a phenomenal job time after time answering it correctly and answering it the right way and answering it the right way about every single person part of it while trying to promote his own product, which is Tight End University.
Yeah, Kittle's a very savvy businessman. He's very good. He should be marketing the 49ers right now.
He comes across as like just this ultimate like bro who's just hyped up about everything, but I think he's way smarter than he gets credit for, and I don't think he wants to portray himself as that, conniving, calculating. He just wants to be this, like, just matter of fact, just say it how it is. But if you noticed the nuance in the way he answers a lot of these questions, it's brilliant.
The way I see Kittle is like he tries to portray like a character. Like he's essentially a professional wrestler most of the time. He's a pro wrestler on a football field. He's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, let's just say he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's what he portrays, what he wants you to think he is. But Stone Cold Steve Austin was a character that the real guy did. George Kittle is a character that George Kittle does. And there is someone behind there that's very, very calculated and is like, this is how I'm going to market myself. I want to be this kind of guy. Maybe he'll go into the WWE when he retires. I have no idea. He's made himself a star. I mean, really, his jersey is one of the top selling jerseys in the league because of his personality, because he's Hulk Hogan in a sense. That's before your time.
Anyway. No, I know who Hulk Hogan.